Welcome, homos. Your commissioner here is live-ish, coming from my office in sunny Irvine, California, and not happy to be here by any means. I just, it's just one of those things that we started a few years ago that became a tradition. The lowest scorer of the week has to make a video. I never want to be that guy. I'd like to go throughout the season without making these ridiculous, stupid, fucking wastes of times. But here we are. So, welcome to the week 2 recap of Kenny is Gay. Shout out to Tommy last week for doing this on time. I really hope this sets a precedent for the rest of the year. Looking at you, Jason, who delivered a recap, I think, 7 weeks after they were supposed to have it in our inboxes, or sorry, our text thread. So fuck you for doing that, and fuck you for really ruining a tradition. Shout out to Wills for being awesome. Love you, bro. And you guys are all pretty cool and stuff, but the purpose of these things is to really shame yourself, to really take a look at really who you are as a fantasy football manager, managing an imaginary team full of very talented rich people, and taking a look at your skill set there. And man, am I bad at it this year. I thought I really picked a good team. I thought it had a pretty nice 1-2 punch with Patrick Mahomes and Juju, but no, that's really not panning out thus far. So let's talk about how terrible I'm doing, and we'll start with this week's matchup. I played. It was Gabe, and man, was this a fucking blowout. Even with the adjusted point scoring that I thought would actually bolster everyone's points this year, we're still finishing around where we finished last year, honestly, except for Tommy, who, passed that 300-point mark. Mazel tov to you, my man. So, really, week 1 matchup, Raising Cocaines versus Fetish House Mafia. Patrick Mahomes was, he was fine. He did good. 51 points. But where I really got fucked in this situation was going to be with Juju. I had 4 points. He had 3 receptions for 10 receiving yards. How fun is that? And then really my draft picks like Derrick Henry, not panning out. George Kittle's hurt, so I had to put in Hunter Henry, who put up a fucking donut for me. So this has just been, a very confusing first couple of weeks of fantasy football. I lost in 2 of my other leagues as well, just pathetic point scoring there. Not even going to go into that, but Gabe, you got carried pretty consistently across the board there. St. Brown really, really fucking did it for you. 52 points. He scored more points than your quarterback, which is awesome. This is a situation where the point scoring is a lot of fun, and then the Dallas defense put up 27 for you. So 230 to 149. I'd say this is a Jewish midget raping a, slightly larger Jewish midget. And the small guy won this time. So mazel tov to you, my friend. Looking forward to you tying the knot in the next couple of weeks here that I may or may not attend. We'll see. Anyway, moving on. Moving on to, wow, he went for it. Joe Cameltoe. All right. He actually is leaning into the terrible nickname that just got assigned to him due to the fact that he sent us a picture of him working out, and we didn't see his penis. We just saw this little slit. So to be determined on if he has a penis or not. We sure hope so, because he got his wife pregnant, but there's surrogacy, there's all these things that Joey could be lying to us about, so we'll see. But it was Duke Gallo, my cousin, my blood, my everything. OG Anal Boy versus Joe Cameltoe. And this was a fucking dogfight. Unfortunately, Joey came out on top. I was for sure rooting for Duke. We've had some collusion discussions about how we can bolster each other's teams. But really, this is just a good game. Jalen Hurts really carried Joey's team. 76.5 points. Consistent scoring across the board, well into the 30s with Robinson, with Mark Andrews, with Bateman. Just really solid scoring for Joey across the board. And, he's won this league twice, right? At this point, I can't really question him on his skill sets. It's just a matter of how annoying he is. So, Joey, stop being annoying. We're never going to change the rule because you want it. If someone else recommends the rule, though, we absolutely will do that. And then Duke, man, you put up numbers, man. It's a fucking damn shame you lost this game, especially to Cameltoe bro over there. But Kyler Murray putting up numbers for you. Mike Williams putting up numbers for you. Swift putting up some numbers for you. So more consistent scoring across the board. I don't really know where you fucking lost this last night. My assumption is going to be Jalen Hurts just really ran train on you. So, congrats, Joey, I guess. Duke, congratulations on you being awesome. This is the two soon-to-be dads competing. As much as I hate Joey and as much as I love Duke, I just really honestly love you guys. I'm so looking forward to meeting your little bundles of joy in the next coming months here, and hopefully you get some sleep coming up here. So, moving on to the annexation of Puerto Rico versus the micropenis, the highest scoring micropenis in human history, I'm guessing here, right? Just a quick backstory on why this scoring is so high. There's 26 rules that you can apply for scoring in fantasy, and the founding fathers of this league, prior to the draft, got together and were like, how can we really blow this out of the water, and started applying different types of like points per attempt, points per completion, right? We ended up eliminating some because it was going to get to be a little bit ridiculous, but that's really where the micro penis started to shine, which is a sentence I never thought I would ever say in my life. The micro penis really shined. Okay, yeah, so Tommy, you have a shiny dick apparently. So I just saw your score on how you got there. Let's start with Tommy's scoring and how he got to this point. So, Tua, holy fucking shit, 112 points. I love this scoring. And then really across the board, you just went out with a bang. You had two people in the 50s. You had Jalen Waddle. You had Aaron Jones just really running game on those defenses, right? And I don't think anyone can catch that at any point, right? But, let's say, Wills, who was the annexation of Puerto Rico here, had any fucking knowledge in fantasy football, he would have known to not start, someone who was definitely going to be listed as, questionable. But I don't know if Gabe Davis was listed as questionable. I don't really give a fuck personally, right? But, honestly, you had some pretty decent scoring. You got fucked by Devin Singletary. You got fucked by Gabe Davis. You had some meh from, who's that, A.J. Brown, scoring across the board, but you also had some pretty solid scoring, right? Like, you'd still beat me. We're both sitting in this weird dilemma of we have some pretty big names on our team, but we fucking suck at this game now. So, mazel tov to the micro penis. I will always wear a Kanye West shirt to your wedding. If you have a second wedding, you can expect me to be wearing that shirt again. So, just get used to it, my friend. And then Wills, love you. Nothing bad to say about you, ever. You're my best friend, bro. All right. Moving on to fuck a Duke and tossing bombs and banging moms. I'm assuming that's what it says. I can't read the full name because it's very long. But Rob versus Dave. So to start off, this is the least engaged Dave has ever been in the league this year. So I feel like something's wrong. Is everything okay, bro? Like, is New York driving you crazy? Are you still in New York? What's going on, bro? Miss you. If it is New York, if New York is indeed driving you crazy, just get the fuck out of there and come home, dude. This is where your homies are. Come be a homie. We love you. We miss you. But it's not in fantasy football. We fucking hate you. So I hope you keep losing. So this was, a decently good game. Rob actually ended up taking the game this time around, and he really got carried by, I'd say Tyreek Hill in this one, 64 points. Aaron Rodgers doing what he does, putting up 45 points. And then also had Cooper Kupp putting up 40 points as well, right? So the high scoring trio it appears to be. Okay, 1 sec. Oh boy. Maybe. All right. I'm back with dogs because they're annoying. Sorry, as you guys are very well aware of, I have 2 dachshunds, so they should make an appearance in this video too. Anyway, yeah, so tossing bombs, banging moms. The trio of having really high scores, it seems to be the recipe for winning in this league this year. So, duly noted. Dave, just start engaging more. You're so much fun. You're so much more fun when you talk shit. And again, if New York's driving you crazy, bro, I've got a bed for you. So, miss you. Moving on, going on to the Zookeeper versus Jeff. Comeback victory, Jeffrey. Not this week, my friend. You just got come on your back this time around because the Zookeeper absolutely turned you around, fucked you until completion, and then splooged directly up your spine. Kind of. He didn't fuck you. You just lost. It was actually a good game. Carson Wentz with Jason's kind of leading. He's definitely leading the pack on that one, as well as being carried by the Buffalo defense. Really just, I'd say this is also inconsistent scoring. 68 points for Carson Wentz, which is a fucking ridiculous. This is a throwback to the Eagles days. And then his other highest score after that was his defense. And then 30 points for Christian Kirk, I guess. I'm not really impressed by this team. I don't think this is going to be sustainable with the Zookeeper moving forward, especially since he's blonde. We're starting to realize very quickly that blonde jokes don't just apply to women, they apply to Jason and Jason only. So I take a look at that in yourself, man. You could be better. You could be brunette. And then Jeff, Lamar Jackson's 96 points, and then the rest of your team just fucking sucked outside of the Tampa defense. So you really got carried there. The rest of your team fucking sucks, except Devontae Adams, but really not good. Got whatever, Justin Jefferson, whatever his name is, he's good, but I think he's getting way overhyped at this moment. He's super young, so maybe in a couple of years. Here's Dude, because he's being really annoying. So yeah, Zookeeper took this one. It's really, I don't care that he's 2-0. His team is not sustainable. My dogs are very annoying, so you just have to keep dealing with that. Cool. Moving on to the last and final matchup of this week, which is going to be James versus the namesake of our league, the king, my father, Kenneth Marks. Kenny is gay. So, Diggs out for Harambe, and then Gabe's tiny anus. And then this is also a low-scoring game. My dad could have actually been fucking doing this video instead of me for my team just completely shitting the bed. Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. What a fucking duo to have on your team, James. Wow. That's just the luckiest shit when it comes to drafting. Well done. Those two carried your team, and then pretty low scoring across the board thereafter. The highest point scorer after that's going to be 22 points from your Baltimore defense, but whatever. You scored 207 points. That wouldn't have won in last year's league, so the point differential here that Joey keeps bitching about is really not that impactful, so shut the fuck up, Joey, but mainly shut the fuck up, Jeff. Dad, Justin Herbert, that's a great pick, but the rest of your team fucking blows. I know you say you're old, and you're like not engaged in the NFL season, right? But you still care enough to set your lineups. Just fucking do a little bit of research and just love the game of football like you used to. I know you're having fun, moving into your new place, and mazel tov on that, but it takes 5 fucking minutes, Dad. You have the time, especially because you work from home now. You're not commuting. Use that 5 minutes to just understand what the fuck's going on in the league. You can take a shit while doing this. That's how I set my lineup. That's probably why I took a shit this week. It's because I kept setting my lineups while taking shits. So it is what it is. But Dad, you had Justin Herbert with 62 points, and then Miles Sanders thereafter was your highest scorer at 25 points, 154 point performance. It ain't gonna do it in this league. Most leagues it does. It ain't gonna do it here because it's a lot of fun. But that's the wrap up here, man. So to summarize, really what the fuck happened this week is it's an anomaly why I lost. I'm gonna continue to press forward and make sure that I have some form of winning personality, I guess you can say, because that's really all I have hanging on on my season at this moment. But it's early, right? So let's not all overreact like this, okay? Let's not overreact. But really, just, and also to summarize, like, we haven't been doing these enough, guys. We really have to kind of restart this tradition. Can't believe we really missed this during COVID, because what the fuck else were we doing besides masturbating and playing video games? We had plenty of time to do this. Let's really light a fire under our asses to make sure these videos get out on time. And one more thing that I don't think we've been saying enough, and I think we have to really start thinking about as we move forward through the rest of this year, is saying this. Jeff, shut the fuck up. Peace out.